She has 2 lawn gnomes, a wind chime, and an unregistered mailbox planter. Karen listed them off like they were federal offenses. And the American flag she flies, it's too large. My grandmother just smiled, sipped her tea, and said, "Sweetheart, I approved that flagpole before you were born. You'd think a woman in her 80s, barefoot in a sun hat, humming Patsy Cline, wouldn't be HOA public enemy number 1. But you'd be wrong, because my grandma isn't just any resident. She's Eloise Margaret Bellamy, founding member of Blue Willow Estates, homeowner Bureau's 01, the original signature on the HOA charter. And Karen? Karen didn't do her homework. It started with a friendly notice. Typed, signed, K. Sterling. HOA president folded into an envelope with a sunflower sticker like that. Somehow softened the blow. Dear resident, it has come to our attention that your front yard contains multiple unapproved decorative features that conflict with community design standards. Please remove or conceal said items within 10 business days to avoid further escalation. Sincerely, the board. Grandma laughed. Escalation, huh? Honey, I built this board. I tried to reason with Karen. She's the founding homeowner. Maybe there's a mistake. There are no exceptions, Karen snapped. Even legacy owners must comply. Did you even check the property record? No, I go by what I see. So Grandma made a pie. Apple bourbon, flaky crust. Left it on Karen's doorstep. With a note. From the porch that started it all, with love. That went over poorly. Next morning, Karen filed a formal violation. This time with color photos. She circled. A stained glass hummingbird hanging from the porch. A ceramic chicken nestled in flower beds. The planter beneath the mailbox that's been there since 1987. She labeled it. No clutter and nonconformity, lot 1. That night, I pulled the old HOA charter from Grandma's file cabinet. She had the original printed draft, yellowed paper, her signature at the top, a note from the developer thanking her for bringing order and warmth to Blue Willow's first street. And in the margin, her handwriting, "Decor is life." I scanned it, posted it in the HOA app. Captioned, "Before rules were rules, Eloise made the street beautiful." It blew up. Comments poured in. And that chicken's a legend. Karen really tried the founder? OG Eloise. Karen? Silent. But I saw her. That afternoon, parked in her SUV across from lot number 1, binoculars in hand. Like a Hallmark villain looking for contraband fairy lights. Grandma watered her begonias. In a t-shirt that said, "Hug." And me? I knew we were just getting started. And that stained glass bird nearly shattered the neighborhood aesthetic. Karen said that. At the HOA board meeting. Into a microphone. With a PowerPoint slide that read, "Weaponized whimsy, when lawn decor goes too far." It would have been hilarious if she hadn't actually tried to push a motion for emergency decorative review powers. Yes, that was the name. EDR. She even made laminated badges. The board meeting was packed. Not because of her slideshow, but because Grandma Eloise showed up, wearing pearls, a wide-brim hat, and a navy blue blouse that read, "Respect your elders, especially if they own the deed." She walked in with her original HOA charter tucked under one arm and a bundt cake under the other. Diplomacy, but baked. Karen took the mic first. "We must hold even our longest residents accountable. If we let decorative chaos fester, we invite precedent. Today it's hummingbirds. Tomorrow, flamingos." The projector clicked again. An animation of a lawn overtaken by plastic flamingos filled the screen. It was unhinged, Tom whispered. She made that in Canva. Then came Eloise. No slides, no drama, just soft steps and a voice like velvet rope. "I planted the first tulips on this street, helped write the original aesthetic guidelines. And let me be clear, we never intended to turn this place into a museum of monotony." She opened the original charter, yellowed and creased. It states, clearly, that individual creativity in front yard decor is encouraged so long as it doesn't endanger or obstruct. My hummingbird doesn't bite. My planter doesn't block. And if you're offended by a ceramic chicken, I recommend counseling. Half the room laughed. The other half, standing ovation. Karen clenched her jaw so tight the mic buzzed. She tried to retort. But your lawn is technically in violation. Eloise cut her off. Then perhaps, dear, you'd like to explain why your snowflake-shaped driveway lights were approved last year without a single vote. Gasps. Karen fumbled. That's different. They were seasonal. So is spring, and she's welcome on my porch. Eloise pointed to the stained glass bird on her printout. The entire board nodded. Brenda motioned to vote. Proposal to reverse violation on Lot 1 and reaffirm the founding charter's protection of decorative legacy. Vote 5-0. Karen stood, then sat, then scribbled something on her notepad and refused to make eye contact for the rest of the meeting. Afterward, Eloise walked outside, offered Karen a slice of bundt cake. Karen didn't take it. But the dog she was fostering did. That was enough. The next morning, someone added a lawn flamingo to their yard. Then another. Then 3 more down the block. By sundown, Blue Willow looked like a bird sanctuary with sass. Eloise just sipped her tea on the porch, watching it unfold. She added sunglasses to the ceramic chicken. This is a decorative uprising. Karen stood at the end of the cul-de-sac. Hands on hips, eyes narrowed. Surrounded by 12 flamingos, 4 wind chimes, and a garden gnome holding a protest sign. But this is what happens when you let nostalgia override governance. Blue Willow had become festive. And that to Karen was equivalent to societal collapse. It wasn't just Eloise anymore. Lot 4 added a pink flamingo with a monocle. Lot 11, a ceramic frog playing a trumpet. Someone even installed a motion-activated owl that hooted, "Liberty." It was peaceful, cheerful, unified, which only made Karen angrier. She launched what she called the Curbside Correction Initiative. Hand-delivered warnings. Clipped plastic flags to planters. Created her own seal, a gold K inside a wreath. She left these on front doors like some sort of passive-aggressive Santa. Then she tried to fine Eloise again. This time, citing unlicensed accessory lighting for the small solar lanterns around the flagpole. But Eloise came prepared. She'd printed out the 2022 amendment allowing seasonal low-voltage lighting. Attached to it, a handwritten note. Dear Karen, I helped vote this in. You weren't at that meeting. You were in Barbados. I know because I watered your hydrangeas. With love, Eloise. Karen took it to the next level. She called the local code enforcement office. Claimed Eloise's ceramic chicken violated local wildlife policies. The inspector arrived confused but polite. Eloise served him lemonade. He laughed when he saw the chicken. Ma'am, this thing's older than my marriage. Looks like it belongs here more than I do. He left with a bundt cake. That afternoon, someone taped a sign to Karen's fence. Let her yard be free. It was signed, The Neighbors of Willow. Karen retaliated with a Facebook post. Note, this is what happens when sentiment trumps structure. The birds are multiplying. She attached a blurry photo of Eloise's lawn at sunset. The ceramic chicken looked majestic in silhouette. Someone made it a meme, caption, "The chicken rises." It got 500 shares. Karen doubled down. She attempted to amend the HOA charter itself. Proposed the following clause. Residents who have lived on the street longer than 30 years shall be subject to periodic aesthetic reviews to ensure evolving visual standards. Translation, Eloise must update her vibe. The board voted 5-0 to reject. Tom spoke up, first time all year. You know what? I like the chicken. It gives me closure. No one knew what that meant. We didn't ask. That night, neighbors gathered on Eloise's lawn. Lit tea lights. Sat in folding chairs. Watched as the street shimmered softly, porch to porch. Not loud, not rebellious. Just lived in. Karen watched from her window. Binoculars in hand, clipboard untouched. Eloise raised a glass of lemonade to her. Karen didn't wave. But she didn't close the blinds either. The bylaws weren't meant to last forever. That's what Karen said at the annual HOA review. Tradition is nice until it starts looking outdated. She stared straight at Eloise when she said it. Eloise stirred her tea and smiled. Outdated like your people skills, dear? We were halfway through December, and Blue Willow looked like a Pinterest board that had taken a shot of espresso. Flamingos and Santa hats, mailboxes with wreaths and googly eyes, garden gnomes rebranded as elves of resistance. The HOA board had seen enough. They scheduled a charter revision meeting. Karen came in hot with a thick binder titled Aesthetic Purity and Neighborhood Vision 2025 and Beyond. Inside, proposals to ban legacy decor over 10 years old, restrictions on excessive personality in lawn objects, a clause requiring annual reevaluation of non-standard mailboxes. And yes, she used Eloise's ceramic chicken as Exhibit A again. Eloise brought a smaller binder, older, thicker hand-stitched tabs, title, The Heart of Willow, founding notes and photos. She passed it around quietly. Inside, black and white snapshots of the first 4 homes, including hers. A picture of her late husband planting the flagpole. Original meeting minutes from 1986, scribbled in ink. A hand-drawn map with tiny notes in the margin. Mrs. Abadi loves roses. Give her space to bloom. Then Eloise stood. The charter wasn't just about rules, it was about community. About celebrating what makes each home home. She pointed to the photo of her husband. We built this street with tools and laughter, not binders and bands. She looked directly at Karen. Your rules erase us, but our roots go deeper than your clipboard. Silence. Even Tom took off his glasses. Brenda, chairing the meeting, cleared her throat. Motion to create a permanent protection clause for founding residents and approved legacy decor. Seconded, said Patricia. Vote 5-0. We called it the Eloise Clause. Karen stormed out, binder still on the table. Inside it, someone had scribbled on her Exhibit A page. The chicken stays. In permanent marker. The next day we found her walking the block, not patrolling, just wandering. No clipboard, no measuring tape. She paused in front of Eloise's lawn, looked at the planter, the lanterns, the hummingbird, and the chicken. Eloise was trimming the rose bush. Morning, dear, she said gently. Karen didn't reply. But she didn't walk away either. Just stood there. Quiet. Then turned and walked on. That night, Eloise baked a pie. Left it on Karen's porch. No note this time. Just a slice missing. And a tiny figurine, a ceramic chicken in a Santa hat, nestled beside it. Do you think she forgives me? Karen asked that. To me, at the holiday potluck, standing beside a tray of untouched sugar-free fruitcake and looking like a woman unarmed without her clipboard. The neighborhood felt different. Not lawless, not chaotic, just alive. Lights in unexpected places, wind chimes singing in unison. Gnomes posed like they were forming a union. And Eloise? She was everywhere. Hosting cider on the porch, helping install a community bench by Lot 3, teaching 2 kids how to repaint an old mailbox with glitter glue and too much ambition. Karen didn't show up to the last 2 board meetings. No new motions, no emails, just silence. Until tonight, the HOA holiday potluck, tables full of casseroles, children running wild in elf hats, Brenda's husband accidentally setting off the snow machine too early. And in the back corner, Karen, watching, holding a tin of cookies no one had asked for. Eloise saw her first, walked straight over. Is that lemon shortbread? Yes, Karen said, startled. My favorite. She took one, bit in, nodded. Perfect texture, terrible attitude. Karen nearly choked, then laughed. It was small, awkward, real. Later, as we packed up, Karen approached me. I know I was wrong. About a lot. And the chicken? Especially the chicken. We stood in silence. Then she added, You know what scared me most? That no one needed me anymore. Karen, I said, they don't need rules. They need reasons. And people who remember them. That night, Eloise called me outside. Come see what someone left me. On the porch, a small wooden box inside. A note. For the founder of Blue Willow. Thanks for planting more than roses. And beside it, a miniature ceramic clipboard. Painted gold. We added it to the garden, right next to the ceramic chicken. Eloise didn't say much after that. She just smiled, then went back to watering her begonias, the ones Karen helped her plant the next week.